Hey there, VC. How we doing? Adam here from the Freight. Hope you guys are all having an awesome day. I wanted to come to you guys, and I know it's been a minute since I made a video. Been just crazy, crazy busy with life and all good things, and settling in with the new Galleon P75 preamp that I'm loving. I did a video on that, one of my recent videos, and it's just opening up beautifully. I already replaced the tubes, and it's been awesome. And I've been giving it a workout, putting it through its paces. So let me start with a record that came a couple days ago, just in time for his, what would have been his 75th birthday, none other than Mr. Tom Petty, his classic album, Wildflowers. This is the Because Sound Matters one step. Fantastic record. Those of you that know this record, came out in the mid 90s. I believe it was 95, 96. It was definitely a pivotal album of my sort of mid to late teenage years, in that I wasn't buying a lot of new music. That was coming out in the 90s. There was some with the grunge and the alternative that I was doing, but other than those bands, I wasn't buying a lot of new records that were coming out. This was something that came out that I got immediately, had the CD. This CD was on repeat for me forever. I mean, years and years and years. This is a favorite of mine, a true favorite of mine. That I know inside and out. Some of you may know I'm in the band called the Freight, and even before I was in the Freight, playing solo acoustic gigs, playing with other cover bands, whatever, you play Tom Petty songs. That's what you do. And I've played many of these songs, and they're fantastic songs, and I know them all really, really well. It's an album I know really, really well. Now, surprisingly, I do not own another copy of this on vinyl, and I never have. I was actually, it's been on my want list just forever, and it's one of those records I just never got around to getting, weirdly. And so I had it on my want list. Was really close to just pulling the trigger on the sort of, I think it was like 2020 reissue. I believe it's cut by Chris Bowman. It's Wildflowers and All the Rest, which I've heard nothing but amazing things about. I've heard it's a beautiful pressing, and I've heard the original is beautiful. I don't have those two vinyl copies to compare to. This isn't a comparison video. This is just me talking about the one step, the Because Sound Matters one step, what I think of it, and a bit about what this record means to me, and the way I can speak about this pressing. I really like Because Sound Matters. Actually, you know what? Before I go any further, I got to talk about my shirt here. This is my guy, John Bowman Nichols. He's an incredible professional photographer, but he also is one of the owners of Inclusion Records. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen me post pictures with him. He's a great guy. And him and Bobby run Inclusion Records, but he's also, John is a professional photographer, and he takes pictures of some of the biggest acts around. And he was one of the acts that this particular Paul McCartney photo, he was one of the photographers who was on site for that Hamptons gig last year that was like ultra exclusive and super small, with some, I think Alabini was there. There was a whole bunch of big name people there doing their thing. Obviously, Paul was one of them. This is a snap from that. He made some T-shirts of it, but he also he sells his prints. He's an incredibly talented dude. So if you want to check him out, check out Inclusion Records. You can follow John Bowman Nichols on Instagram. His handle is Sonny Crockett. Those of you that know what that is, you'll get that reference, and give him a follow. Fantastic photographer. This T-shirt's killer. I love it. Anyway, back to this. The matter at hand. Tom Petty, one step. I really like Because Sound Matters. Going back to that, I'm going to show you the back here. This is the back covering. You can see my number. It's over 2 discs, 33 RPM. Okay. Now here's the front. Let's see if I can get you the hype sticker there. You can see that. Oh, sorry, I got the light there. There you go. So I like their packaging. It's this sort of heavy duty matte um, board, I would say. Um, in there, I'm trying to leave the shrink on, but I'm like deciding. Now, this is the one thing that gets me about this particular record. It's a little tough to get out of the. To get this particular record is a little tough to get out of the jacket, as you can see. See, it's kind of like you really got to kind of play with it to get it to come out here. But once it does, the jacket is just gorgeous, and it's just a beautiful recreation of the flat board. Um, you have this here, of course, produced by Rick Rubin. Beautiful gatefold. Let's go this way. So you can see that. Really awesome stuff. Um, Unbelievably high quality. Now the thing with this record is it's just this like matte board, like, and that's just the way Wildflowers is. It's just like a flat bat thing. So this could be like an easily damaged thing if like you dropped it, or it would ding easily, which it just is what it is. That's the way the Tom Petty that this record was issued. It was always like that. Now, show you the records here. Give you the show you the vinyl. Really beautiful, high quality stuff here. There you go. I'll try to get that light out of there and any glare. It's such a new and pretty record. You get all the glare. So there's some visuals on it, right? There's just the logistical things out of the way. One thing like that I started to talk about just now was that how this jacket fits inside the outer, right? Now I have other Because Sound Matters one steps, namely the Katie Lang Ingenue, which is amazingly fantastic. I have a video on that. That is an incredible record, and that one actually slides in and out a lot easier. Sorry, I just bumped my mic there. Than this one does. It's just a matter of it being a kind of thicker gatefold, and you have to put the records in. If you're storing the records in with the gatefold, it's a little bit of a tight in and out. If you don't have the records in and you store the records outside of it, or if you just take the box, put it out, and store the record with your other records, that would totally work fine as well. And it does work fine. It's not an issue at all. It's just it's with this as being like a thicker gatefold. See, like without the records in there, it's super easy. But when you put the records inside of them, it's a little tighter. So that's just a little something to keep in mind. If you're, some people are fanatically, neat about how their presentation of records. I'm really not, but so it's not a huge deal to me at all. But it's just something worth talking about. And yeah, so let me get to the music on this. Wildflowers was a pivotal album in for Tom Petty. It was kind of a little bit of a comeback album in that this is just Tom Petty. It's not Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers necessarily, even though most of the Heartbreakers are on this. You get this incredible organic acoustic vibe from this record, just as a whole, no matter how you listen to it. However, it's really, really sort of sneakily dynamic, and it has some heavy songs on there. It has some rocking songs on there that just put this record over the top. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, like I said, I don't have a comparison here, but this is excellent, really fantastic. Worth every penny to me. It was $100. I am thrilled to own such a high quality copy of this record. The soundstage is expansive. The acoustic guitars, the vocals are all prominent right where you want them. This is a very clean one step. And I think why this is a good choice for a one step is, like I said, the dynamics of the song. So, you come right into things like songs like Wildflowers right off the bat. Then you have You Don't Know How It Feels, starts to pick up a little bit. Um, One song that really, really stood out to me, it's got these, it's almost like a synth that goes wah, wah. It like opens up and closes on Time to Move On. Time to Move On is a fantastic song, and it's not one of the more popular ones. It didn't get a lot of radio play, but you know it if you know this album. And it was really a highlight on this one step. There's soundscape in that song that I totally forgot about, and the one step brought it to life. It's got that move on, wah, wah. It's just got these things going on that I did not remember hearing so beautifully. And I really, the one step brought these right out. I believe this is mastered by Bernie Grunman. Oh, it's Chris Bellman. Sorry. Yep, Chris Bellman did this mastering. And of course, we know how incredible Chris Bellman is. So it's gonna be great, and it is great. Um, and so I'm just looking now. The original release date was November 1st, '94. So this is '94 when this came out. So yeah, this is really amazing. Tom Petty's birthday was yesterday. I gave it another spin yesterday to commemorate his birthday. Um, I have nothing but positive things to say about this. I like an album like this as a one step. This is a classic album to me. This is a meaningful album to me. This is a perfect choice for a one step. When you start to talk about songs like Honeybee, right? That's the song that comes to mind, where you all of a sudden, you got these acoustic songs, a little bit rocking here and there. But then you got a song like Honeybee, and that is just a heavy hitting rock and roll bluesy jam. All the fuzz guitars and everything just sounding badass. It's really great. So this record is, I think, a wonderful choice for a one step. I have zero problem with it. This is limited to 6,000 copies, which for someone like Tom Petty, I imagine they'll eventually sell out. Maybe they won't sell out immediately, but I imagine they'll sell 6,000 of these. It sounds so good that I think once sort of the word gets out on how good this is, people will want it. Now, people love the other cut, the Wildflowers and all the rest. And if that's all you need of that album, that's great. I didn't have that, so I was like, yeah, I'm getting this. I've been wanting a copy of this for a long time. So I'm actually, and if this is an album that meant so much to me and has meant so much to me. I love this album top to bottom. It's probably my favorite Tom Petty album. I would say, next to The Last DJ, to be honest. I don't know if you guys know The Last DJ, but it's fantastic, and it's a sleeper of Tom's. But yeah, so this was a no-brainer for me. I was excited to buy it. Originals are very, very expensive. If you wanted to get a '94 press, I haven't looked, but I know that they're up there. So it's not something that's like over $100 anyway. So to get a copy like this that sounds this good for $100, it's a lot of money. It's not for everybody. For me, it was the right decision because I was going to pull the trigger on, I think it's like a $40 or $50 regular press of the that's in print right now. But for me, this was the right call. It sounds incredible. The bass response is so full and so separate from the rest. This is not an analytical record. The soundscape is vast, but everything is just sitting right where you want it, crystal clear. The separation is beautiful. Tom's voice is just across this beautiful spectrum in the middle. The drums are crisp. They're not overly sibilant. They're beautiful. It's just this is a wonderful one step, and one that I'm behind 100% because how much this album means to me. I was psyched when they announced it, and this was an automatic buy for me. Something like this is right up my alley, and I'm psyched I have this one. And again, I totally understand why some people may be like, oh, the other Wildflowers and all the rest are enough. I don't have that. I can't talk to comparison, but I've heard good things. I can tell you if this album is something that means a lot to you, like it does me and my generation, you can't go. I don't think you're going to be disappointed in this. It's excellent. Really, really fantastic release, and I'm psyched to have it. So yeah, leave your comments. Let me know if you've bought it. Let me know if you're thinking about it. If you're on the fence, it's one that I recommend. I think because Sound Matters is doing a great job with their one steps and their releases in general. I'm a fan of this company and how they do it. I like how they do it at 100 and not like 150 or something like that, you know. And they keep the packaging sort of smaller, a little more easily accessible. Even though this gatefold, I do think this is just unique to this Tom Petty one, that it's a little stuffed when the records are in there. It's just the way it is. I don't. It's not a big deal. Like I said, when the records are out of it, it's, you know, it's easy in, easy out, no problem. But it's awesome. This is an absolutely fantastic release. Knocked it out of the park. Psyched to have a copy of this to listen to in such high quality. I actually love that it's 33 RPM too, which is just a little bonus. You can just sit down and relax and take this album in exactly how it was meant, which is beautiful. All right, yeah. So that's all. That's all I got to say about the Tom Petty One Step. Like and subscribe while you're here. That's awesome and always appreciated. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think. If this is on your list, if you're going to get it, if you have it, what you think of it. Maybe even if you have an old pressing or the other pressing, how it compares. I'd love to hear it. All right. I will see you in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.